10 days of prep for this fight. And once again, when it's my turn, they start scrolling Instagram. This ends now. They say the legendary Super GM dwells beyond the mountains, in a place where campaigns actually finish and players show up on time. A myth, perhaps, but I have no choice. I must find him, learn his secrets, or die trying. What? I was about to set off for a long journey to find you. You are the legendary GM, right?
Indeed.
Please, teach me your ways. My players keep checking Instagram while my 20 goblins are beating them senseless. What can I do? There has to be a way to keep them engaged, even when they are on defense.
I sensed you were in need of my guidance. That is why I have come to you, young dungeon master. Listen carefully now, for I'm about to teach you the arts of defense.
Wait, that can't be right. Is combat really just waiting? You attack on your turn, maybe you cast a spell, and then for the next 20 minutes you're basically a spectator? You watch the DM roll dice at you, you subtract numbers from your character sheets, and you hope that eventually your turn comes back around before you're dead? That's it? That's the game?
Ciao!
Welcome to Cantrip.
My name is Simo.
And my name is Diego.
And we refuse to accept that the most exciting part of D&D should feel like waiting in line at the DMV. Today, we are talking about something that's been bugging us since we started playing this game. Defense is boring as hell.
And hey, real quick before we dive in, if you want to help us out and support what we're doing here, drop a like on this video, hit subscribe and smash that bell so you don't miss the next one. It generally helps us keep making this stuff. Alright, let's get into it.
Now listen, before you fire up the comments to tell us we are wrong and that D&D is perfect and we should just play a different game, we love D&D.
We have been playing for years. We are not saying the system sucks. We're saying it could be better. And more importantly, we are saying we made it better. For us. Maybe for you too.
So here's the problem, everybody. Are you paying attention? In D&D, defense is completely passive. Your AC is a number, just a number sitting there on your character sheet like a sad little lamp. An enemy swings at you. The GM rolls a d20, adds some stuff, and if that number is higher than your number, you get hit. You made 0 decisions. You did 0 things. You just sat there and took it. You're not defending yourself, you're just a meat piñata with math attached to it.
And look, I get it. The game has to function somehow. There's gotta be a baseline. The system assumes you're using your armor, you're positioned correctly, you're doing all the basic stuff a trained adventurer would do. Fine. But if you think about it, other games do it better. Daggerheart, for example, at least gives you a choice when you're being attacked, if make use of your armor or not. You get to do something, you get to make a decision, even if it's a small one, it's something.
But D&D, nothing. You are completely at the mercy of someone else's D20. And that, my friend, sucks, especially when you're playing in a big group. You're watching the DM work through 6 enemies on their turn, and each one of them is taking a swing at you. And all you can do is sit there going, yep, that hits, yep, that hits too. This one misses. Cool.
So, we fixed it. Now, we didn't invent this concept out of nowhere. We saw a video a couple years ago, can't remember which one, lost to the YouTube algorithm void, that planted the seed. And honestly, it's possible this mechanic exists in other TTRPGs, or maybe in some older edition of D&D that we never played. If that's the case, let us know in the comments, please, because we're genuinely curious. But here's what matters. We took the idea, we molded it, we tested it for 2 years, and we made something that works. Also, yes, we know about the parry maneuver from the Battlemaster fighter. We know about the dodge action you can take on your turn. This isn't that. This is about giving players reactive agency when they're being attacked. It's about making the boring parts exciting. And look, if you love classic D&D Defense, that's fine. Genuinely. Keep doing what you're doing. We are not here to tell you you're playing wrong. But if you're like us and you've been sitting at your table thinking, man, I wish I could do something when I'm getting attacked, then buckle up. We've got something for you.
Here's how it works. In addition to your normal reaction, opportunity attacks, shield spell, all that good stuff, every character gets 2 active reactions per turn. We call them the Arts of Defense. You can only use these for defensive maneuvers, and you can only use them when you're being attacked. Before the DM tells you whether the attack hits or not, you can choose to spend one of these reactions to attempt an alternative defense. Not just standing there with your shield up like a champ, actually doing something. These alternative defenses come with risk, they come with reward, and they come with choices, which, again, is the whole point.
So let's talk about the options. There are 3. First, there's block. That's the default. You don't spend a reaction, you just take the hit normally. Your AC stays the same. The attack roll plays out as usual, and if it hits, you take damage. This is what standard D&D does. It's still there, it's still an option. We didn't delete the normal game, we just gave you other button to press.
Second, there's dodge. This costs 1 active reaction or 1 art. When you use it, your AC drops by 2 because you're exposing yourself to dodge out of the way. If the attack misses, you've successfully avoided it completely, and you get advantage on your next attack against that enemy. You saw their move, you dodged it, now you know their patterns. But if the attack still hits, you take an extra damage die. You tried to be fancy, you failed, and now you're eating a full force strike to the face. Oh, and if you're wearing heavy armor, your AC drops by an additional point when you try to dodge. Because, plate mail isn't exactly conducive to acrobatic maneuvers. This is a defensive option that, in our games, tends to get used more by rogues, monks, rangers, characters who are light on their feet and don't want to get hit in the first place.
Third, there is Parry. This is the high risk, high reward option. Your AC drops by 4 points. You are completely exposed. You're going all in on redirecting their attack and countering. If it works, if the attack misses, you negate the attack entirely and get a free attack with advantage. You've turned their momentum against them, and now you're striking back before they can recover. It's the Dark Souls Parry feeling. You know the one. That moment when you time it perfectly, you hear that satisfying sound effect, and suddenly you are the one doing the critical riposte. Except here, if you mess it up, the attack automatically crits. No rolling, automatic critical hit. You tried to parry, you whiffed it, and now their blade is going exactly where they wanted it to go. This is a reaction that works best for characters who can impose disadvantage on attackers. If you've got a feature, a spell, or a magic item that makes enemies roll with disadvantage, suddenly that -4 to your AC isn't so scary. Or if you know the enemy is already attacking with disadvantage for some other reason, this becomes a much safer bet.
Now you might be thinking, okay, but how do I know when to use these? And the answer is, you don't, not at first. That's the point. You have to learn, you have to feel out the encounter, you have to take risks. And yes, sometimes you're gonna parry when you shouldn't, and you're gonna eat a critical hit, and you're gonna feel stupid. But you know what? At least you did something. At least you made a choice, and the next time you'll be smarter. We've been using this system for 2 years. 2 years of testing, tweaking, and playing with it at the table. And I can tell you, it works, it's balanced, it's fun. And most importantly, it solves the problem we set out to solve. Players are engaged even when it's not their turn.
Oh, and real quick, if you want the full breakdown of all this stuff, we made a document. And we are actually really proud of this one. It's got all the rules written out in proper D&D manual style, all the custom items, a couple of feats we designed for defensive focus fighters, the whole 9 yards. We put a ton of work into it, and we're planning to make more of these for future system we design. Links in the description, go grab it, it's free. You're welcome. Now back to the fun part, because once you introduce a system like this, you start thinking about items that synergize with it. Items that reward players for taking risks. Items that make the defensive game even more interesting. So we made some. A bunch of them, actually. They are all in the document I mentioned, but here are a few favorites.
There's the Ring of Perfect Balance. This is the gambler's dream. When you attempt a parry, you roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, you don't lose any AC. You're just that good. You took the ultimate risk and the universe rewarded you. But on a 1, the enemy gets advantage on their attack roll. You try to style on them, and now you're in serious danger. This item takes the already high-risk parry and cranks it up to infinity. It's pure gambling. It's the kind of item that makes players go, I shouldn't, but I'm gonna. And honestly, that's beautiful. There's the Call of Furtive Shadow. After a successful dodge, you become semi-transparent until the end of your next turn. And the next attack against you has disadvantage. You didn't just dodge, you vanished into the shadows. And then there's the Helm of Fractured Vision. This one's wild. After a successful parry, you can roll an additional d20 and choose between all 3 dice for your counterattack. You're seeing future timelines, picking the best one and striking with perfect precision. But if you use it more than once per day, you gain a level of exhaustion from the strain of perceiving fractured time. High risk, high reward. Very cool.
There are more items in the document. There are also a couple of custom feats for martial characters who want to go all in on reactive defense. Seriously, go check it out. Oh, and before we wrap this up, I should mention this isn't the first version of this system we tried. We experimented with a bunch of different iterations. One version had you roll a contested check against the attacker's roll, with proficiency bonuses depending on your preferred defense style, and modifiers depending on what the enemy was doing. It was fine, I guess, but it was way too much math. D&D already has enough math, we don't need more. So we scrapped it and landed on this version, which is fast, intuitive, and doesn't slow down combat. Lesson number 1. If your homebrew system requires a calculator and a philosophy degree to resolve, it's not good homebrew. Simplicity wins.
So that's the defense system. That's what we've been using. That's what we are sharing with you. Try it out, tinker with it, break it if you can. Let us know in the comments what works and what doesn't. Maybe you will love it, maybe you'll hate it, maybe you'll take parts of it and leave the rest. That's fine. That's the whole point of homebrew.
But at the very least, we hope this video makes you think about your own table, about what's fun and what's not, about whether your players are engaged during combat or whether they're just staring at their phones waiting for their turn.
Because encounter design doesn't stop just because you rolled initiative. And game design doesn't stop just because the rules are printed in a book. You are the GM. You are the player. You are the one at the table. You get to decide what's fun.
So go run some games, try some stuff, see what you learn, and then try some more.
And hey, if you got homebrew systems of your own that you are proud of, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear about them.
Until next time, keep rolling.
Thanks for watching!